This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we drop by the Maple Manor Elementary Middle School to take a look back at the school's history, and we'll also look forward to its future. Good evening, I'm Bishop Hayfie graduate Ken Cara, who will be part of that Maple Manor segment. Fellow Bishop Hayfie alum Janine Mazurkevich kicks off our Fun Fest coverage in just a little bit. Well, I'll never forget my last day at Bishop Hayfie Junior Senior High School in 2003. I grabbed my closest friends and stood in front of the doors and looked at them with a big smile, and we all walked out together one last time. Today, when I walked through the doors of the new Maple Manor Elementary Middle School in the former Bishop Hayfie building, I barely recognized the place. Change can be tough, but I found two teachers at the new school who also graduated from Bishop Hayfie, and with heads held high, we did not deny Bishop Hayfie High. Here at the Maple Manor School, former Bishop Hayfie Junior Senior High School, 3 Bishop Hayfie graduates right here. And one thing that was very popular at Bishop Hayfie was the dress down day. It was coveted. You got one every once in a while. I know I did it for when you were fundraising sometimes. It's a dress down day for the teachers today. So here we are, and with 2 former Hayfie grads now teaching at the Maple Manor School. And Christy Parambo, you teach, both of you guys teach 4th grade. When you first walked into the building and you saw it, what was your reaction to what it looks like now?
Immediately, such a wonderful vibe, a good vibe. We're so excited to be here. And it is an emotional experience as well because we have such a bond with our old school.
We'll come back to that. And Paulette, I said when I walked in, I was like, oh, this was here, and I was totally wrong. Did you get your bearings, and realize where things used to be in the school?
It wasn't hard to get my bearings, but it definitely was a shock at first when we walked in because, the building is so different now. Classrooms are in different places. There's a hallway where the stage used to be. So it definitely was different, but in a very good way.
What are some pieces that are still here? I noticed the hallways or the floor in the stairs are the same. That was the first thing I noticed. It's the floor. What else is kind of, not similar, but what else is still here? You said the stage used to be maybe behind us? Or?
Yes. I noticed the floors also in the stairwells. The library is still in the same place. And our gym is still in the same place. We have the stage on the other side of the gym like we used to have. So, those are in the same area.
And just talk about your time at Bishop Hayfie. What do you remember? Why was it so special?
We had such a wonderful time. Both Miss Blishko and I were in the drama club. So just having that experience, it inspires us to come back and possibly get involved with our new school, Maple Manor, and do something with the arts.
What play was your senior play?
Godspell, and we were in multiple plays.
All right, so it was Godspell. When you graduated, what was the senior play?
I want to say it was Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I think that's what it was.
It was Godspell.
We were in that together.
Godspell was my senior year as well. They're called the Vikings here. How do you think the district did in preserving the past a little bit and remembering Bishop Hayfie?
I think they did a really nice job of doing that with keeping the Viking logo. And I also think it's a nice little callback to Hazel Township, since the school is in Hazel Township, that we have the colors purple and gold. So they kind of tied everything together, and that was really nice.
You use both schools as being biased since I went to Bishop Hayfie. And lastly, you are a teacher here now. It's like Star Trek in here. It's very impressive with some of the amenities you guys have.
Beautiful. We are so grateful, and we're so happy to be a part of this opportunity. What a wonderful opportunity for our community and for our students.
So a lot of pride here, Hayfie pride, Hazel Township pride, and now Maple Manor pride. Was never in Hayfie players, but I did dress up like a Spice Girl on the stage for a lip sync once, so memories. At the end of that interview, the discussion continued for another 5 minutes, and I was happy to see 2 other Hayfie grads talking about the school the same way I still do with my friends, with big smiles on our faces. It was a special place made up of very special people, and it seems like that tradition will continue. Lisa Sugar will take us on a tour of the Maple Manor Elementary Middle School tomorrow, and she'll talk more about how the Hazleton Area School District paid tribute to Hayfie and the Hazel Township High School as well. In other news tonight, a Barnesville man was killed in a crash Wednesday night in hometown. According to Rush Township Police, 38-year-old Brian C. Bittner was operating a Harley-Davidson motorcycle northbound on Route 309 near Ye Olde Hotto Road in hometown when he lost control, crossed over the double yellow lines, and struck the rear driver's side of a Chevy Impala that was traveling south on 309. Bittner continued northbound where he struck a parked vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Sugarloaf Township Police are looking for 2 men who used fake money at an area convenience store. Sugarloaf Township Police Chief Josh Winters released these surveillance photos after 2 black men purchased 10 gift cards with fake $100 bills. It happened Friday night at the Turkey Hill on Airport Road. Chief Winters reminds residents to be on alert for fraudulent bills, especially $100 bills. Anyone with information should contact Sugarloaf Township Police at 570-788-5339. Meanwhile, a traffic stop Monday night in Sugarloaf Township led to a drug bust. During the stop, Township Police officers noticed an odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle. Further investigation revealed several Percocet pills, 7.3 grams of crack cocaine, and over 43 grams of cocaine, 11 bricks or 550 bags of heroin, synthetic marijuana, and over $500 cash. The driver, 23-year-old Kevin Castillo of West Hazelton, is lodged in the Luzerne County Prison. His passenger is awaiting charges. Coming up on FYI, we talk about Labor Day travel with a representative from AAA, and in sports, we present our very last football preview for 2014.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
We're in your community here on FYI, and it's the 36th anniversary of Fun Fest. And Judy Ann McGrogan is in charge of this big event, backed by many volunteers throughout Greater Hazelton. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's that time of year, busy time, and we have some new things happening within our Fun Fest Street Fair.
And we are celebrating several anniversaries this year. One of the things that we just announced recently is that we are going to be celebrating the 200th anniversary of the Star Spangled Banner, which of course is a national thing. They're doing a big thing for it. Francis Scott Key wrote the song back during the War of 1812. So we are doing our own special way of celebrating. We're going to have some special things in the parade. In addition to that, we're doing an essay contest for kids in grades 5 through 12, different age divisions. What does the American flag mean to me? And it's open to everybody. There are some cash prizes involved in it. We've got our friends at PNC Bank are sponsoring the entire event overall. And the Hazelton Lions Club is also participating. They're actually going to be the judges as well. So it's a great opportunity for kids to get involved. There's cash prizes involved too, so the kids are pretty excited about that, I think.
Okay, also we have this year something big, giving away a vehicle, right?
Yes, this
That's
is the
exciting.
25th anniversary of our car show. We've been doing the car show for 25 years. It's always classic cars, muscle cars, those kinds of things. So our car show committee got together and they decided that we are going to give away a PT Cruiser. It's a 2002 in really nice shape. It's a great looking car, but it's not just the car that you get. The grand prize winner also gets all this stuff that we're stuffing in the back of the Cruiser, like you know, car wash things, things for a car tune-up, picnic basket, all kind of things like that. And we've got some great partners within the community who have donated their services or donated the materials to put this together. So it's just a great way to celebrate. And we're actually going to give the car away at the conclusion of the car show, which is Saturday, September 6th at 5 o'clock. But you do have to be there to win. So hopefully everybody will be downtown Hazelton, enjoy Fun Fest, and maybe win a great car.
That's so neat. Well, unfortunately, we don't have 3 hours to talk about Fun Fest. We only have 3 minutes. But if you want any information about what's going on with Fun Fest or to participate in any of the events that we talked about, where can they go or who can they call?
funfestpa.org is our website, which is also linked to the Hazelton Chamber website. We are, of course, a committee of the Chamber, so they can look for all of the information there. All the applications are online. In addition, they can call the Chamber's office at 570-455-1509.
Very nice. Judy Ann, thanks for joining us here on FYI. Please stop downtown. There are many events happening in Greater Hazelton.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
You're looking at Wednesday night lights. This shot was taken during Meet the Raider night in Tamaqua at their stadium, and we'll talk about that in sports. Right now, let's talk about weather. Here's your local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, it's pretty easy. Clear, the low of 53. On Friday, we reach 72 degrees on a sunny day Friday night for Friday Night Lights. Partly cloudy with a low around 55. South wind 5 to 7 miles per hour for all you place kickers out there. Saturday will be partly sunny, high of 74. On Saturday night, there is a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, the low 64. It jumps up to a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms on Sunday with a high of 82. Sunday night cools down to 64. On Labor Day, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, but a partly sunny day with a high of 81. It looks nice. And Monday night will be partly cloudy with a low of 60.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
Labor Day weekend is upon us, the last big travel period or travel holiday for the summer, unfortunately. And here to tell us all about it and who will be traveling for the holiday weekend is Jenny Robinson, the Manager of Public and Government Affairs for AAA's Mid-Atlantic region. Thanks for joining us again.
Well, thank you. I feel a little sad the summer is coming to an end, but I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. I can't believe it went in the blink of an eye. So how many people are out already or planning to hit the roadways this weekend because it's Labor Day?
There are about 45,000 people that we expect traveling from this region over the Labor Day weekend, and officially that goes all the way, of course, through Monday. That's a small increase from last Labor Day, 0.6%, which is a little over 0.5%.
And why such a small increase, do you think?
Well, we've seen travel rebound over the past several years. Keep in mind, even though it's a small projected increase, it is still the highest number that we're looking at since 2009. So we've seen travel rebound since the recession, and especially a lot of the pent-up demand happened over the past couple of years, so some of that's been satisfied. So now it's kind of leveling off a little bit, but still the numbers are really strong. And I should point out that Labor Day is the second busiest summer holiday weekend of the year, the busiest one being July 4th, because that's in the middle of the summer, the kids are off, and people sometimes plan an entire week around it, or at the very least, pretty much everyone has the availability to go away. But Labor Day is summer's last hurrah, so we do expect it to be busy.
Now, everybody who is planning to travel says, what am I going to be paying at the tank? So how do gas prices look for us?
Gas prices actually reached their lowest point for the year so far this week. So that's really happy. Now, of course, we're talking about paying an average of more than $3.40 a gallon, though I certainly have seen it lower than that at certain specific gas stations. You're going to see a variation there. So it's sort of funny to say that, oh, gee, it's low or it's cheap. Well, you know, compared to many years ago, no, but it is the lowest that we've been paying for the year so far.
Well, that's good news, definitely. So we're glad to see it going down. The other thing that we must take into consideration when we travel, obviously, there's a lot of construction out there.
Sure, especially this year because of the transportation funding that took effect for Pennsylvania, which was passed with AAA's support, by the way, last year and then took effect at the beginning of this year. We have a lot more construction going on. We have it every year, but now we have even more because PennDOT has the money to do those additional road projects, and I'm sure many of your viewers have seen all of those work zones all over the area. So be alert for that. Be alert for some detours. Now, I do know PennDOT tries where it can to minimize the construction on the interstates over the holiday weekend. So anything that they can postpone for the holiday weekend, they will do. But there are some detours that are set up and can't be taken down.
So best advice, leave early when you're going anywhere so you get there in time.
Allow plenty of time wherever you are going. That is always the best advice. If you have a really long trip, plan rest stops. Go and take advantage of the rest stops along the highway. Get yourself a break.
All right. Some very important advice if you are traveling this Labor Day holiday. We hope you have a happy holiday, and we hope you have a safe one.
Thanks, Lisa. Green screen time, your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The Daily 354, Big 4 5856, Quinto 52794, and Treasure Hunt 2, 14, 16, 18, and 25. We preview the Tamaqua area Blue Raider football team after this break.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Tonight we finish up our football previews in the land of the running water. The Tamaqua area Blue Raiders finished up the 2013 season with 4 straight wins, and they are trying to build on that momentum. We don't usually start our football previews out with quotes from opposing coaches, but there's a first time for everything. Here's what North Schuylkill's Wally Hall had to say about his team's Week 1 game with Tamaqua.
You know, traditionally they always had that breakaway back, and I'm sure they're going to have the same thing. You know, they're going to be physical up front. They're going to have a kid that can run the football.
Here's what Tamaqua's head coach Sam Bonner had to say when I asked him about his team's strengths going into 2014.
We feel like our backfield right now is, one of our main strengths. Offensively, we have Tyler Stripko, who's been like a 4-year starter for us at the fullback position. Bud Moore, who played a lot last year at tailback and flanker, he's starting flanker for us. Ernie Shilko, who played a lot last year, he's starting tailback for us. So we have 3 kids who had a lot of experience back there, and we're looking for those guys to make a lot of plays for us.
If I had to guess, I'd say Tamaqua has had so many talented backs and linemen because of all the hills in town, and it's a workout just getting to the stadium. Luckily, I don't have to guess.
We like to try and picture ourselves as a physical team. Our weight room's a big thing in the off season, and we always seem to get those short, strong linemen. We never have real huge 6'5" guys, but we always have the shorter, solider guys, and we always have some strong backs. So we play to our strengths, and we were fortunate with the quarterback like Nate Edmonds. We were able to mix it up a lot in the last couple of years, but obviously we feel like everything's built off the run.
This year, the Raiders will have a new freshman quarterback under center in Thad Zuber, who Bonner says is coming along nicely. This is how the Raiders are shaping up on defense.
Defense, the same idea. We got 3 tough linebackers. I'm both Stripko boys, Trevor and Tyler. They're both playing inside linebacker for us. Ernie Shilko and Bud Moore are both our outside linebackers. We feel that those 4 guys are real solid kids for us, and that we're looking for, especially at the start of the season, for those guys to be our kind of mainstay guys on both sides of the football.
The Raiders have some new faces on special teams.
Special teams, we have a lot of questions. We have kicker Thornton Devlin. He's a soccer player. He just came out. This is his first year out. We also have punter Malik Roper. He's also a first-year player. Looking for both those 2 guys that do a lot for us in the kicking game. And return-wise, Bud Moore has great hands. We're probably going to be putting him deep for us.
So as you can see, some things are staying the same in the Anthracite League, but there are some big changes with 2 new teams coming into the league, and that means schedule changes for everyone.
Things are mixed up. It's funny, you get used to after 7 years of being a head coach, you kind of got used to who you play week 1, week 2, right through to week 10. It mixes stuff up a little bit this year. And after the 3rd week, I got to look on my Raider card to see who we're playing next. So that mixes it up a little bit. And obviously, Blue Mountain and Lehighton are great additions, and they're obviously going to make the league even more competitive than it already is.
Last night was also Meet the Raider night for Tamaqua area. The school recognized their fall sports teams. The cheerleaders had a choreographed dance, and the always entertaining Tamaqua area band performed as they get ready for the football season. Wyoming Valley Conference rivals, the Cougars and the Comets, met on the golf course on Wednesday. Let's see what happened on the FYI standard speaker scoreboard. Crestwood, they got the victory 157-170 over Hazelton area, and Monoy area in the Schuylkill League, they beat Nativity. For full reports on these matches, go to standardspeaker.com and click on sports. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. One announcement for this evening. The Hazelton YMCA Golf Tournament will be held Friday, September 12th at the Sugarloaf Golf Club. Golfers are needed for this 1 p.m. shotgun start. Costs just $80 per golfer, and all proceeds benefit the Hazelton YMYWCA. For information, please call 570-455-2046. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. William E. Bartkus of Harley. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. at the Queen of Heaven Parish. Friends may call at the church from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Angeline L. Berkey of Hazelton. Mass is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Most Precious Blood Church. Friends may call Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. The Furo Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Joan DeFlory of Hazel Township. Funeral is Saturday from the Furo Funeral Home. Mary Ann DeStefano of Freeland. Mass is Friday at noon at the St. Mary's Byzantine Catholic Church. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Margaret Gabuzda of Mahanoy City. Mass is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Blessed Teresa of Calcutta Parish. Friends may call from 10 to 11 a.m. The Louis D. Truskowski Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Theodore F. Ladner of Whitehaven. Funeral is Friday at 10:30 a.m. from the Lehman Family Funeral Service. Friends may call Friday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. And Elizabeth A. Mahalik, formerly of McAdoo. Funeral is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. Call Smilax for all of your special events, 570-454-0111.
Time now for our PPL segment on FYI. Melinda Stump is back in the greater Hazleton area. Thanks for joining us here on SSPTV.
Thank you for having me.
Today we are talking about shopping, one of my favorite things to do. But this time we're talking about shopping for electricity. Now I know 10 years ago this was something unheard of, but now it's something that PPL does offer.
Yes, and actually we encourage all of our customers to shop. It's really about understanding what what the terms are of the contract. But you shop for gas, you shop for your mortgage,
right?
You want to shop for your electricity. You can save yourself some money, and you can do that easily by going on papowerswitch.com. If you go to that website, you'll see all of the different places that you can shop, all of the different companies, and you'll be able to compare whether it's a variable rate or a fixed rate, whether or not what the rate actually is. Is there an early termination fee? And be comfortable with the decision that you're making to best fit your electricity needs.
So now that we can shop for electricity, some customers might be confused as to where PP&L fits into this equation.
Correct. You will still have PPL Electric Utilities as the company that delivers the power to your house, which means if you have an issue, you can still call us, 1-800-DIAL-PPL. If you have an outage, we're still the ones who are going to come and fix that outage.
Okay. Now, when we talk about how many customers are actually shopping around, people out there might be surprised that a majority of them are shopping for electricity prices.
That's correct. We have 1.4 million customers, and about 46% of our customers are shopping. Okay. So hopefully you're one of those. If not, you can help us increase that number because it's really all about savings for you.
Okay, so PP&L does encourage their customers to shop for the best rate.
That's correct, and I actually shop. Okay. I shop, my family shops, we all shop because we want to be able to manage our bills, and we can do that by shopping at papowerswitch.com.
Well, last winter it was very extreme and we saw some spiking in electricity prices. That scared people from shopping around. So we want people to know that this has been around for 10 years and we really do want people to shop around for the best rate.
That's correct. You definitely want to shop. And yes, this last winter there was some people that signed up for some rates and didn't understand their terms. So it really comes down to doing your homework. Make sure you understand whether or not you have a variable or a fixed, and make sure you understand the conditions of your contract.
Okay. Well, Linda Stump from PPL, thanks for joining us, and it's very helpful information here on FYI. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Bonita Riley of Hazleton. Bonita, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
You're going to want to watch FYI Friday because, like I told you before, Maple Manor Elementary Middle School was very impressive, and tomorrow we will get the full tour with Lisa Sugar. Until then, take it easy, everyone.